there are many new exciting features at Punggol Regional Library, including Experience It, Launch, Singlit, and Singaporean.
Hi, I'm Shuan and you are watching The Library Report, a series where we explore libraries and beyond as we uncover thought-provoking narratives and meet extraordinary people. So in this episode, we'll be chatting with a library planner who played a pivotal role in bringing the Punggol Regional Library to life and find out what goes on behind the process of building a library.
Hi, my name is Lisa and I'm a library planner with the National Library Board. I help to develop the Punggol Regional Library. I work with a team who is responsible in making the library a reality from conceptualization to launch. We also help to improve library experiences for staff and patrons. I'm here to answer some of your questions, so let's begin. How do you become a library planner? Well, interestingly, I wasn't trained as a library planner. I was a trained librarian and I was very interested in experience design. So I applied for this particular position and NLB has been very supportive in sending me to courses, and I have also taken up my own courses outside work. Is this the first library that you worked on? As a library planner, yes. But I also work on other library development projects as part of a team, and this includes Bedok Public Library, Yishun Public Library, and Bukit Panjang Public Library. What is your favourite part of being a library planner? My favourite part of being a library planner is that we get to come up with new ideas. These new ideas are all based on feedback that we have gotten from library users, and then we translate them into how we design new spaces in our library as well as offer new services. What are some design considerations taken into account when planning a new library? So some of the considerations that we look at would be where the library is at, the site and its surrounding, what is around the location, as well as the demographics, the people living around the library, whether there are more families with younger children or whether there are more seniors. For example, for Choa Chu Kang Public Library, it is located close to the agricultural side of Singapore. So then we tried to link it back to a broader theme, which is sustainability. And to complement that, we had programs on how people can grow their own food, and we have a feature on a plant nursery within the library. What is the focus of Punggol Regional Library? Well, Punggol Regional Library was designed as a library for all, and this includes services for persons with disabilities. We're then looking at enhancing our services for children. What else can we do to prepare them for the future? And these then led us to looking at 21st century skills, which include global and cultural awareness. The World and Us Zone in Punggol Regional Library offers children stories from around the world to enhance their cultural awareness, as well as information books of countries around the world. What are the stages of developing a new library? Well, firstly, at the start, we did a lot of community engagement. We spent a lot of time talking to library users, to partners, to agencies to find out what are the needs. Following that, we come up with concepts that can fulfill the needs that we have identified from the community engagement. We then talk to our colleagues from properties and facilities management to then have an idea on how these needs can be carved out as spaces within the library. Then, we worked with the multidisciplinary team on board, which includes the project manager, architects, and engineers who translate our overall requirements into the library layout and brought our vision to life. Where do you get your inspiration from? So other than desktop research and committee engagement, we also visited libraries overseas. We visited a library in Munich where they have children's collection collected from all around the world. This gave us the idea for World and Us Zone. At that same library, we also saw interactive displays of different themes and genres being put up by the librarians, and we brought back this idea in designing our children's spaces. We also visited another library in Stuttgart, Stuttgart City Library, which has won many design awards. Interestingly, we saw a space dedicated for children to write their stories and get their stories published in the library. This then inspired us to plan for the Storyteller Curve in Punggol Regional Library. What are the accessibility features at Punggol Regional Library? So we've implemented several accessible features. One of them, we were looking at the feedback received from our community engagement on access to different floors. So to make sure that all our library visitors have as many options as possible, we have designed different choices for them, including the escalator, the lift, as well as the ramp that they would see upon entering the library. At Punggol Regional Library, the height of the shelves and the width of the aisles have been adjusted to make them more accessible for all our library users. We also have carports, which can be a calming and private space for persons with disabilities when they need it. How did these accessibility features come about? We did a lot of background research, conducting focus group discussions, interviews, and even journey mapping with persons with disabilities and their caregivers. We also work closely with SG Enable, who sits in our Persons with Disabilities Advisory Committee, together with other organizations serving persons with disabilities. They give us guidance on design elements for the library as well as service offerings. We also had an accessibility audit in Tampines Regional Library, which gave us feedback on how the design elements for Punggol Regional Library can be enhanced so that it is more accessible. What are some features children can look forward to in Punggol Regional Library? Well, there are many new exciting features for children, both for the younger children as well as older ones. For the younger ones, we have the Tinker Toy and Toy Library. We also collaborated with Smithsonian to come up with the first ever Spark Lab outside of America. The DIY hands-on learning space for children lets them come up with innovative solutions to problems introduced. For older children, we also have another space called the Storyteller Curve. Here, they get to experience a trail-like narrative that introduces them to the anatomy of a story as well as book creation through the experience in the space. What other features does the Punggol Regional Library have? You can look forward to spaces like the co-working zone, Experience It, and Launch. Experience It is a space where you can view emerging technologies up close. Launch is another space that aspiring entrepreneurs can get information on how to set up new businesses through an advisory service. There is also curated collection as well as programs for them to get more information on this. What are some local highlights in the Punggol Regional Library? There are two spaces that cater to this. One is Singlit and the other is Singaporean. Both spaces offer interactive display features for library visitors to try. In Singlit, you can actually form your own poem and get it digitally published in that space. For Singaporean, there's a feature called Punggol Stories where you can see Punggol's development through the years. What are some of the challenges that you have faced? Well, Punggol Regional Library's planning and development went through during the pandemic phase. So of course, we had limitations with face-to-face interactions. We had to have online meetings, be it with partners, with our multidisciplinary team, as well as within our own planning team. We also had limitations in going to the site to check the progress of the library development. So these were some of the challenges. Are you currently working on any new libraries? All I can say for now is that I'm focusing on Punggol Regional Library. That's all for our questions today. Do come down to Punggol Regional Library if you are in the area. If you enjoyed this video, click like or comment down below on other NLB roles that you would like to see next time. Do subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell to get notified the next time we upload a new video. Bye!